What's that?
Filmer. I mean Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah,
Kevin.
sorry.
Hi, Kevin.
Yeah, hello. Alright, so this is Tom Kenny, a very famous voice actor, and I'm really interested in voiceovers, so I'm going to do this interview right now. Okay, what education or training do you need to get this job?
Well, you know, Kevin, it's everybody's training is different. Everybody's journey is different. I didn't go to school for it or anything. But I started doing stand-up comedy when I was still in high school, and playing in bands when I was still in high school. But I always loved cartoons, so kind of in a roundabout way, I made a living as a stand-up and as an on-camera actor before I was ever able to crack into voiceover. Like, of all those things, voiceover was the toughest nut to crack, but it's the best job. I don't want any other job. It's the greatest. It's the greatest.
Why do you want to become a voice actor?
You know, I always loved cartoons. And when I was a little kid, I would watch cartoons and listen to cartoons and just think about the people who did the voices and what that would be like. Is that really a job that a grown-up can have? Yeah. And I grew up in the pre-internet days, so it was hard to find stuff out. You couldn't just Google something, It was hard to find out about all that stuff. But the more I found out about who Mel Blanc was and Dawes Butler and all these famous voice actors that did all the characters I loved, I don't know, it just kind of lit a fire in me to want to do that someday. It inspired me. Eventually I was able to do it. Yeah, it inspired me.
Yeah. How long have you been working at this job?
Let's see, I booked my first voiceover, I believe, in 1992, which was a show called Rocko's Modern Life that was on Nickelodeon. And I was like the sidekick, this cow named Heifer, like a steer. But before that, I had been, I had done a lot of stand-up comedy. I had been on Conan O'Brien and all these shows like that, doing stand-up long before I ever did voiceover. But the first time I did voiceover, that was the time where I said, wow, this is the job I want to do for the rest of my life.
What other job experiences have you had?
Job experiences before voiceover actor?
Yeah.
Well, I never went to college, so I just worked kind of a variety of kind of manual labor type jobs, unloading trucks, working working on loading docks, working in stores, and then eventually I started to make a living as a stand-up comedian. And I still remember when I was able to not work a day job anymore. It was like, wow, I'm actually making enough money telling jokes in nightclubs that I don't have to get up in the morning and go do something I hate anymore. Like, that was in 1987, and I still feel that happiness every day when I get up to do voiceover. I still am like, wow, I don't have to do something I don't like for a living. I love what I do for a living, and I think a lot of people don't get to do that, so I feel lucky.
Are there any job benefits in this field?
Job benefits?
And hours.
Oh, I work pretty much all day, every day. Part of being an actor is that you're just auditioning all the time. So, I'm usually on 7 or 8 animated series at a time, but some of them are ending, some of them are just beginning, and then hopefully the ones that are just ending are going to be replaced by something that you auditioned for a couple of months ago that they said, yeah, we like Tom Kenny for that.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes that don't happen. A lot of times that doesn't happen. A lot of times they go, we like Tom, but we like this other guy better. So it's kind of a nerve-wracking way to make a living, but it's also quite mystically wonderful.
How does this affect your family life?
Can I get one picture?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hold on.
I love you, man.
I love you, baby.
You're great, man.
Cool, man. Thanks. Are we still rolling?
Yeah, we're still rolling.
So, my family, friends I know that are in show business, that are actors, directors, camera people, whatever. A lot of times they have to be off shooting a movie somewhere. You're shooting some Mission Impossible movie, and you have to go to, Arab Emirates for 8 months or whatever to shoot that movie. With the thing that's been great for my family life is that voiceover is all right in town. It's right in LA. So I can work on 7 or 8 different series at a time and work every day, which is unusual for an actor, and still be home for supper. So it's a beautiful thing. Be there for my kids' school plays, be there when there's stuff going on for them. You know, it's the best of all worlds. If you want to be famous, it's probably not a big gig for you. You know what I mean? But I kind of like being under the radar.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you know, it's a cool way to kind of you're the voice of a character that's famous, but you don't have to deal with the BS that famous people have to deal with, a lot of which is a drag. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
What do you like about the job?
Everything that I just mentioned, and I also love animation. And I love coming up with new characters all the time and just looking at a picture on paper and just going, here's what I think this guy would sound like. You know, it's kind of fun to look at a drawing and go, I think this guy's vocal sound would be this. And then you do it. And then they either go, yeah, we like that, or thanks, but no thanks. So it's a great gig.
What don't you like about the job?
There's nothing I don't like about the job.
Obviously.
I love it all. It's the best job in show business. Like I said, I've been a stand-up comedian, I've been a writer, I've been an on-camera actor, and voiceover is where it's at.
Is travel required?
Pardon?
Travel? Is it required?
You know, where travel comes in, like I said, most of the shows that I do are Cartoon Network, Disney, Nickelodeon, so that's all in Los Angeles. You know, Sony, DreamWorks, Amazon, original shows, that's all in town. So, but where you have to travel is to publicize those shows, go to Comic-Cons in various cities, but it's fun travel. It's not like I was describing before, where you got to be shooting a movie in a place for months at a time. And you're going, God, I miss my family. And it's kind of a nice little weekend where you can go off and have some fun, publicize your show, and it's awesome.
Is there a dress code?
You know, yes, I dress like this all the time. No, no, there's no dress code. Although I tend to dress pretty nicely all the time, just because it's my job, it's a gig, so I like to dress like I'm going to work. But not all voice actors do that. A lot of voice actors show up and I go, I can't believe you left the house looking like that. Really? You left the house wearing those clothes. But I always try to dress like I'm going to work.
You do know Jess Marnell, right?
Very well.
Yeah, I love him.
Jess dresses like he's in Journey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I love it. I love Jess very much. I worked with him on Tuesday on The Wizard of Oz.
Really?
He's a Cowardly Lion and I'm the Wizard of Oz.
Is your job stressful? If yes, how so?
You know, I guess the stress comes. I guess every job has stress connected with it. It's not like it's a picnic all the time. But the stress that comes with it is generating new work. You know, the average animated series lasts about 3 seasons. And then they're done. And then there's stuff like Spongebob or Futurama or things like that that are the exception to the rule that run for longer than that, or The Simpsons. But those are the exceptions. Most shows, it's 52 episodes and then you're done. And so the stress, I guess, comes from always having to generate new work. But I think that anybody that's in a freelance profession, anybody that works in animation or show business, you're a writer, you're a background artist, a character designer, a musician, you always have to be looking for new work. And you know, that's not for everybody. Some people, that's just a weird way to live for some people. But for me, it's like, I'm just so glad to be able to do it. I feel so fortunate.
I'm pretty sure you answered this already, but it's just one of the questions.
Sure.
Would you trade your job for something else, like another job? If yes, why? I'm pretty sure you wouldn't trade this job at all.
No, I mean, it's funny. I don't want anybody else's job in show business. I don't want to be Tom Cruise. I don't want to be Will Smith. I don't want to be anybody. It's like, no. It's like, I think I'm having more fun than those guys. I might not make as much bread as those guys, but I think I have more fun on a daily basis than those guys, and I do okay. So I love it. Yeah, I don't want anybody else's job. I just want to do this till I'm an old dead guy. Mel Blanc, exactly. Mel Blanc did it. you know, when Mel Blanc got wrecked up in a car accident when he was doing the Flintstones, they just wheeled the microphone to his bed and he did Barney Rubble. And then when he was an old guy doing Bugs Bunny, he literally would wheel his oxygen tank into the freaking recording studio and take a hit off it, like Blue Velvet, and do Bugs Bunny. So yeah, it's a job that you can do for a long time, which is also very unusual in show business, which is very youth-oriented. And one of the main things I love about voiceover is that it doesn't matter what you look like. As long as you can sound like that character, you can be that character. So I can be people older than me, people younger than me, you know, kids, women. I mean, I've been characters. It's really, as an actor, it really gives you so much freedom to play different sorts of a variety of characters that I would never get on camera. You know, I'd be playing a middle-aged guy with glasses if it was on camera. So, yeah.
What advice would you give to someone interested in this field?
Wow, in voiceover or animation in general?
Voiceover.
Voiceover, I would say, you know, the thing that always helped me out was like listening, like being a listener. Like I always kept my ears open for weird accents or interesting voices or just tones that I found interesting that I could, and then you can kind of mix them and match them. Like, oh, I'll take that guy that I saw sitting on the bus corner the other day, and I'll mix him with that guy that I overheard in the line at Ralph's supermarket the other day, and then that celebrity that I heard getting on Jimmy Fallon last night, and you kind of mix it all together. And so me and all the voiceover actors that I know, we're always just kind of mixing and matching. You know, it's always just trying to come up with new stuff.
Yeah, be fresh.
Be fresh.
Do you have any vacations? Like vacation time?
Yeah, I get vacations. You know, show business tends to close down at the winter holidays and the summer holidays, so you know I go on vacation then. But I have a weird mental illness where I feel like if I go out of town, everybody will forget about me and I'll never work again. That's just my freelancer insanity. Yeah. So it's hard for me to
He got snatched.
Thank you. Brought to you by House Beer. This interview is brought to you by House Beer. Sponsored by, yeah, we got a sponsorship now.
Oh wow, that's
And,
great. That was the last question, by the way.
That was the last question?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so thank you very much.
Thank you for interviewing me. I appreciate it. And is this for class?
Yeah, for class.
What class?
AP Economics, Microeconomics. Yeah.
Cool. What school do you go to?
Shore High School. It's in Montebello.
Where is it? What's it called?
Shore High School.
Okay. Cool, man. Well, I hope you get an A+.
Yeah, please, Mr.
Give him
Barker.
an A+. Give him an A+. What's your teacher's name?
Mr. Barker.
Mr. Barker, come on. SpongeBob is begging you, Mr. Barker, please.
All right, thank you very much.